Welcome on back, everybody.
What's up?
Hey, finally got out of that cathedral.
Big asterisk.
Yeah.
We are currently reliving memories of our character who apparently actually has a past.
Do you know, if I had thought about it last time, I would have told you to put "to be concluded" after you teleported out of the cathedral.
There's a lot of them. Don't get surrounded.
So I do kind of like that our character has a history, even though our character never talks and there's a gameplay or a story gimmick that is just straight up you die a lot and you forget your memories.
It's very Lost Odyssey.
Yeah. That said,
Let's find the key.
like what was it? Knights of the Old Republic 2 is a game I will always reference for this, in that the character you play as has a backstory. And instead of being some dolt who's like, huh, what's this? Who is that? Can you explain what this means? They just use dialogue to tell you it without like directly sitting you down and telling you this is how it is. Like
That's the second game, right?
that is the second one, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in action yet.
It is horribly unfinished, and yet I love it. There's actually two instances of what I think is like pretty good writing. Is
Good one.
party member gets introduced and the exile knows who this character is. So instead of them going, "Who is that?" it's just, "Oh, I haven't seen him in a long time," or "How is he doing?"
I hope you're ready.
And then there is another character who explains, talks about their dad who served in the same war as the exile. And all the lines, you get three different lines. They all just have the same result, but it's just kind of like a establishing backstory thing where none of them is "who is he?" It's like "Oh, I didn't realize he had a child," or "Oh, he was a pretty good warrior," and I like that shit. It's far more believable.
Showing and not telling.
Yeah.
Yes.
The standout moment of a character having a backstory like that from KOTOR 2 was definitely the first and probably only dialogue boss fight. Before you're turned loose on the galaxy, you have to talk to, what's her name, Atris?
Right, yeah, Atris.
And the whole time you're just having this conversation. It's very apparent it's a conversation that didn't conclude like 10 years ago, and this is just the next part of it.
Yeah.
That is like the standout moment for that for me.
Yeah, that game, that writing was good. Also, what was kind of funny there was I tried to backstab, and then Jack killed the enemy, and it kind of played the backstab animation before stopping. And I'm assuming this here camouflage is what I would have used to sneak past these enemies, like Jack suggested. But I leave no enemy unkilled.
Going for it.
It's Mark of the
It
Ninja
is
stealth.
useful. It is useful for getting into a better position to kill them, like, chain backstabbing with
Oh,
some
yeah.
blood veil that has a lot of drain damage.
Man, video games sound fun. I should play them sometime.
Oh man, who was it? One goon who's like, "I used to play games, then I started to LP, and now I never play games."
It's true. Once you start LPing games, you get like terminal LP brain, where the whole time you're sitting there playing. Could I do this? Could I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that question for me is gonna wait until my capture card gets in the mail.
Oh jeez.
See the
Oh,
ladder.
well, you are witnessing me having going. Thank God that was not a fucking pit.
You
Yep.
are so lucky.
Somehow,
So you know what you're doing
Let's
too?
see, what's the name of these characters?
That might be useful later.
I guess you were walking up on a Queen's Vanguard.
Oh yeah, there's one down there. Before I go, I believe I picked up a key to this thing, so I'm kind of like, let me check this out first, because I figure this might be an optional side area,
Okay.
and if
Is this progress?
well, it's
Either one is.
either one is, yeah. This map,
Something useful in there. Something useful.
there's a reason this video is 40 minutes long. Now, sadly, this hammer's wasn't a funny looking one.
Well,
What are
Should
the
look
icons
familiar.
in the What are the icons in the upper left corner of the weapons?
Those are beyond the +1, 2, etc. When upgrading, you can transform a weapon, which you use a certain item to give it a certain set of stats. So I believe the one that's 3, well, I guess it's 6 circles separated 3 high side by side, that's the alleviation, which reduces my stats of like defense or offense, but the weapon is lighter. And then there are some who will increase those stats, but the weapon's heavier, or adds an element to the weapon, that kind of stuff.
What about the lightning icon? Does that just do lightning damage?
That does add a lightning damage to your weapon, yes.
have I explained how elemental stuff works?
You have,
Or did I say I'll get back to it?
so you have not.
Okay, so the way elemental stuff works is that you don't do, like, split damage or whatever. Instead, anything that does... The way it works is that any given attack can have, like, one or more damage attributes. You know, there's the physical ones, piercing, slashing, crushing, I believe,
Right.
and the elemental ones, blood, fire, cold, and electricity, or lightning, or whatever it gets called.
Right.
Anyway, so the way that works is, way damage works is that you might have a couple of multipliers going on, but otherwise it's like whatever the sheet effect is reduced as a percentage by the appropriate enemy defenses. So say Ella here has like has 50s in all defenses, that means that she takes 25% damage, you know, 50% times 50% of like pretty much all spells, and 50% of any like weapon attacks that don't have an elemental attribute.
Still have some regeneration in you?
Okay.
This fails.
Sounds kind of complicated.
It's a bit weird to conceptualize, but it's like the two just multiplicatively stack, and pretty much everything has these, so it all kind of evens out.
Oh, yeah.
How do
Anyway.
you how do you crangle your skill tree?
What?
How do you what your skill tree?
That was a joke about Path of Exile.
Oh.
Okay.
Speaking
Okay, so anyway,
oh damn, I can't get this item.
yeah, you could by going around somewhere else,
Yeah.
like through that door and
Through that
down
door.
a path. Anyway, so back to what the hell elemental attributes do on weapons. So the way that works is that it adds an elemental tag for a weapon, so it checks against that particular defense. And, you know, can have damage reduction, or in the case of weaknesses, increased damage. But also, the it changes the damage calculation by that percentage, added to the target's defense.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a weapon that's just innate 40 ice, say, and you're using it against an enemy that normally has 20% defense against ice, then the effect there is that you actually deal 20% more damage, because remember, it pushes the damage calculation from 20 to negative 20 defense,
Watch between the buildings.
which is, negative 20% less or 20% more.
Man,
That's making my head hurt.
yeah.
This
stuff
is
like
a bit
that.
too rich for my blood.
It is a weird calculation. The effect is that you basically just maybe want to look up tables for things, and it means that elemental weapon buffs are pretty good unless an enemy has at least a 20% resistance to things, and there are very few enemies that are going to have at least a 20% resistance to everything, to all elements.
Oh, okay. And here, this place, kind of
Oh yeah, you got a pile on you.
pile up. I don't have any of my regens up because of that last blood thing. Thankfully, Jack can revive me through the walls.
Oh yeah. And the Queen's Vanguard is not helping you.
Yeah. Ew. Okay, let's just run away. Oh, good. There's a dog here. That's okay. Jack's got me again. Thanks, Jack.
Keep
Later.
surviving in the nick of time. Wow. You aggroed far too much.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised. That's the most I've been revived in a row. I didn't think he would do it a third time.
Remember how I like backstabbing a lot?
Yeah.
This kind of scenario is why.
Yeah, all that in iframes.
Yeah.
It's okay. We barely made it.
Yeah. Barely's all that matters.
And I guess I'll just pop one of my regen inducers. Unfortunately, the store Coco does not have an unlimited of those, and I bought up all that she had in stock, so now I'm just kind of whatever I can find. And I'm trying real hard not to burn them all. Yeah, I'm trying to take in. There's a rotten missile over there. There's way down there. I'm like, where the fuck do I go next? There's 4 different directions I could go into.
I know the way you should go. But, well, I can't speak to past recording you.
Right? Oh, hey, a forklift. If only I could drive one of those. I used to drive a
Pit
forklift.
training for that.
I used to drive a forklift at my job, but it wasn't the sitting ones. It had to be a standing one.
We can go up from here.
Because you can't ever have comfort at that job.
Oh, you're going the wrong way. Are you talking a powered forklift or a pallet jack?
A powered forklift.
Okay.
Where, you stepped into it, and you had to use your feet. It only activated if your feet were on certain pedals. So you, would brake by lifting one of your feet up. It's weird. It's different from a sitting one.
Sounds like a segue.
If there is one advantage I would give it over a regular or a sitting forklift is that since you're standing, and if, say, you were to tip, you could jump out
What a waste of time.
very easily.
Something
I
useful.
Yeah,
imagine
it's dead man safety.
Yeah, I imagine a sitting one, it's not quite as easy to roll out without getting ran over by your forklift.
Ground.
And
Yeah, I've never...
go
sorry.
ahead.
No, continue. I was
I'll say I don't know where to go. every
well,
new area
well,
I go
yeah.
to, 3 more directions open up.
Wait right there.
Yeah, and you didn't go the right way, but yeah, there's it's a bit complicated right now.
Yeah, especially because I can't find any missiles or and that's kind of the thing going on right now. Is I'm like, where the fuck is a missile? I do not want to go all the way back to the start and respawn everything.
Let me
So
guess,
I'm
you're
just-
missing them by like inches or something.
It was
Kinda.
pretty close.
Have you tried bombing a cracked block?
If only I could have bombs.
There's none of that here. But anyway, I was gonna say, I've never used a powered forklift, but I have used a pallet jack a bunch.
Oh yeah, those are fun when your coworker walks on by with one and you step onto the forks and let them carry you around.
That sounds like a great way to get fired.
Yeah.
Only if your boss cares.
That actually reminds me of a story from a job I had once.
Do tell.
This is when I was working a shitty production job in a factory.
Oh. It's funny because my future job prospect is to work in a factory, because at least it's not retail.
Not the kind of battlefield I'd pick.
The plant manager was very stern about safety for very good reason. This was a factory that used, like, industrial presses to stamp metal into shapes.
Oh,
If you fucked
okay.
up with safety, you were getting hurt bad.
If they
Yeah.
can stamp metal into shape, they can stamp you into shape.
And it happened while I was there, so yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But one day, the plant manager decides, for whatever reason, he came in. I was working third shift there at the time. He came in on third shift and decided, I've got to get to the top of the warehouse, and I know the fastest way.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So he coerced one of the forklift drivers to put him on the tines and lift his ass up.
Oh.
it's funny because at my job, that's what we would do. We would pick up a pallet with the forklift and then stand someone on top of the pallet and then lift the fucking pallet up to get somewhere high.
Oh, he wasn't on the pallet.
Oh, no.
He was on the tines.
Not a very level surface.
That's an odd place for it.
So he made this big to-do of having someone write him up for it.
Wow.
There's something special.
Wow.
Like at
He's-
my job, they tell you don't stand on just a pallet on the ground if you can help it. Not even a pallet on a pallet jack or whatever, just a pallet on the ground.
Understandable.
Wow. Yeah, I do remember having to get on my coworker a few times because he would leave pallets flat on the floor, where the customers were. I was like, no, dude, either pick it up and lean it against something or get it off the floor, preferably, because if a customer will trip on it. I actually have a story of a, oh, by the way, hey, I finally found a missile. Oh, thanks. What a great fucking map.
You missed some stuff.
I think you missed a couple missiles.
But I remember when I was, well, I guess I always worked morning shift, but when I was primarily morning shift, multiple times we would just have this crackhead come in and would just, oh, I almost tripped on this and I almost tripped on that, because when I say morning shift, I'm talking 2 a.m.
Treasure.
and we just picked up a very good item. It regenerates our health, I believe. It says causes body to regenerate, so I assume that's what it does.
Hi there, divine blessings.
And so when we have the store was 24 hours, and we had to have people come in, so pallets would be on the floor while people restocked our shelves. And yeah, this woman was just like, oh, I'm almost tripping on all these pallets, and then she would like exaggeratedly walk around the pallets like she's about to trip on nothing. Whew. I think she actually did open a lawsuit that got thrown out. Or
Is California one of those anti-slap states, or not?
what's an anti-slap state?
Okay, so slap is a funny legal term for, I believe, strategic lawsuit against public participation. Basically, to try to get somebody to shut up because they don't have as much money, time, or other resources as you.
Oh, I'm not too sure. And thanks, Jack, for not bothering to revive me, even though it's been a while since the last time.
He was probably kind of busy.
Yeah. So now I decide, okay, let's check out that other pathway through this door while I, head on back to get my haze back.
I actually think California is an anti-slap state just because the ongoing hilarity between Blizzard Entertainment and the federal government had to involve a slap lawsuit at one point.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, anti-slap. Anyways, like, there might be certain provisions that let the defendant in a slap case
Good eye, new kid.
say formally that, okay, this is a slap case, can the judge please throw it out unless there's actual merit to this case.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure, because that lady keeps trying. The pallet Jack was just one such story. Another time, I remember this too, because I was coming in, it was like 4 a.m., checking out during my lunch break, and another coworker comes into the store for the start of her day, and this lady just goes up to her and just starts yelling at her about how she's almost slipped on some spilled water and that her brother is a judge and she will own this store. And this coworker of mine is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, God.
Good old American retail.
I feel like somebody should have taken the hit for the team and just kept her busy.
Seriously.
Oda have the spine to tell the woman, no, your brother isn't a judge, shut up.
Well, actually, no. Like, just string her along, like, okay, what's your brother's name?
It's funny because I believe she actually changes it up for who her brother is. Sometimes he's a judge, sometimes he's just a lawyer.
I'm sure at least once he was the general manager of the store.
Return path did not work out quite so well. Rip in peace, Jack.
Oh, and you were, Well, you got your haze back eventually, but it looks like I'm guessing you just went back to your original missile?
Yeah, still haven't found a new missile.
Yeah, because you got the whole pile back, you didn't get, like, a paltry amount.
Yeah, I eventually got my, Oh, yeah, so I didn't die. I just, after Jack died, I cut, because after I finished the thing off, I went back to the missile.
That's the sort of thing I figured.
I keep forgetting the map missiles are different from the bonfires.
Here's a challenge.
Yeah,
Is she, Jack?
There's purified missiles, which are the map ones, and then there's activated missiles, which are the actual checkpoints. Like bonfires.
Yeah, so thankfully...
Choose the right time.
Well, at this point in the game, I've knocked down a few ladders leading to other checkpoints. I've found alternate directions going to other areas. I am finding keys and locked doors, and I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to go. So I figure, okay, there's a locked ladder this way. I may as well go and get it.
You've pretty consistently gone by the one spot where you should have gone.
Yeah.
Like, I can see this distinct hole on your map.
Yeah, again, I would like to formally apologize to the Canyons area.
Surprisingly well.
How judgmental I was and how ignorant I was of what would be coming in the future.
That connects the path.
Because they really get their mileage out of windy ways and ladders and elevation differences and whatnot. I mean, I could look up a map, I guess, but where's the fun in that?
I don't think the map would help you.
Seriously. So
a
I'm
map
okay,
would.
Locked door. I just
Because,
picked
like
up
I
the
said,
key, yeah?
That's not well.
There's a
So we can use a key to get in.
Fuck off,
there's a
game.
specific hole he hasn't gone to.
Find a key, and it's not even the key to that door. And as far as I know, it's the only door that's locked.
I mean, that's a locked shutter. It looks right to me.
Yeah, seriously. Right? It's like... It's... How am I supposed to tell the difference? There's multiple shutters.
Just gonna wind up inside a mall.
Up. Finally.
Took you long enough.
And I do like the little detail where I'm, twisting my hand like I'm pouring something down as opposed to splattering the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Though they don't keep that consistency up for the other missiles.
Let's go.
The map-based ones, she still drops blood.
Hmm.
You're ready.
So I was kind of more into an exploratory mood here and didn't really want to fight these dudes, but my hand's been forced. And now that I've lost half my health, let's just rest on up and try again. This time with the intent of killing the enemies. And as an aside, this whole time, I've kept on this Blood Veil, just for, I guess, RP's sake. And it affects something that I usually rely on, and had no idea what it changed until basically at the end of this area.
Oh no.
Can you guess what it is?
Frames?
It's related to that, yes.
Balance?
The, wearing this,
Not bad.
this Blood Veil has set my mobility to slow.
Oh.
So I have an ungodly slow dodge, and I don't ever really pick up on it.
Fat roll.
This, yeah, it is indeed a fat roll. It's just funny because it's just like even the animation itself is like so slow. It's like time slows down around your character to ensure you move that slow, because otherwise gravity would just make you flop forward faster.
And, you might be using one of the lower weight allowance blood codes right now.
I think I'm assassin.
Yeah, that might be like 80 or something like that.
Yeah, it does have a low, low thing, but its base mobility is higher. But because, yeah, it's because of this Blood Veil I'm wearing. It's so heavy.
Yeah, most blood veils in the game you can pretty much get away with putting alleviation on them if you don't have something else like an elemental attribute to put on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I stopped there for a second because I'm like, oh, hey, look. Here's another missile. After I spent so long finding the last one, here's just another one down the way.
You
Man,
really went
that-
out of your way to miss them.
Yes.
Wait, are you? Oh, you are.
Now, wow, this is quite the wide open area. I wonder if something will happen if we walk into there.
What are you talking about? That's definitely not a boss arena.
Nah. So just before we go in there, why not take out these two ladies over here?
Female lost are dangerous. Take care around them. Hope you're ready.
For some reason, what is that around their neck? Or is that like a mask? I thought that went fully around the neck, but it doesn't.
It's like a Fallout slave collar.
It does.
Could be like a weird distorted blood veil. Not blood veil. Mask.
Oh, yeah, it could be a mask.
Because I know on some other enemies, funny things happen with masks.
That is true. I was gonna say it reminded me of the frilly, like necktie, not tie, but collar from the in Final Fantasy XIV, the Poetics for level 50 class has like this frill on its neck and has a hilarious tail condom, as it is affectionately called.
Oh, God. One of those Elizabethan collars?
It's like a clown, almost like a carny collar, I guess, for lack of a better word. Oh no, it was a boss arena. Who knew?
Completely corrupted revenants. The Queen's sorry puppets. Listen, kid. Show them no mercy.
I really thought he was gonna take his mask off for the first time.
It really does look like it.
Listen, kid. Takes off the mask and fucking turns.
All right.
Takes off the mask,
No,
takes a
not
drag
quite.
of his cigarette.
Oh. So again, I have a slower roll, and I do not acknowledge that I have a slower roll, which also means I have less iframes than I think I do.
I don't know how the iframes work out. Like, there's probably a calculation somewhere, but it's not quite so, unified a knowledge base as the Souls games.
I think you're fighting Dante.
Phase 2.
So yeah, I didn't quite come in prepared because, you know, first time, I don't know what to expect here. But I still do have my numbness, not numbness, paralyzing stuff equipped, so I try going for that.
It's like it's
Though
working.
I don't have...
Yeah, you're doing decent damage here, though you're taking more damage than...
Yeah, and
Would be nice.
again, it is because I am slower than I think I am.
Yeah, you probably should have brought in a bigger weapon so you can block. That
Yeah, 'cause,
or, whatever the blood elemental resistance thing is called.
Oh. Yeah, so
Don't get too aggressive.
will I be able to finish him off? Look at how close he is.
Could go either way, really. Well, probably not.
Thanks, Jack.
Nah.
Alright, so this time I'm going to do something a little different. I am currently running Darkseeker, and I have on my Venom spells and some focus buffs that will put poison on my weapon when I get fully focused. Just to try something, you know, new out. Because he does take poison damage. Not starting off the best, but oh, and I've also changed my gear so I have my proper dodging back.
That looks a lot better.
That that special poison passive, I keep forgetting which one that is.
Poison pass? Are you talking about the oh my god.
There was some special Darkseeker thing.
Right. When an enemy loses health to poison, I get Iker back.
That's what it was, okay.
So yeah, I try to... I say I try to, but I don't really try that well at all to use more ice things since I get my Iker back when he gets poisoned.
That poison's doing some
Course.
work on him.
Yeah.
It was.
But then he just like completely sticks to Jack for some reason. Ooh.
Also,
Yeah, that wasn't...
That's what happens when he hits you.
Yeah, that...
Queen's Knight, something I should note that we haven't pointed out yet. When the Queen's Knight does this attack, see those dark splotches on the ground? That's where he's going to shoot out the bloodstreams.
Yeah, it's like the cross AoE from Final Fantasy XIV.
Really is.
Cross Crusade here.
Getting intense.
Got the poison tick. That'll do it if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the most of what you have.
Oh, there we go. The poison finished him off.
Nice.
And hey, I even got a Chivo. So yeah, poison. Not too bad, I guess.
Hi there.
Ill-mannered guest is here. Guess that means we have to begin the festivities.
Oh man, but Halloween isn't for another week.
Ah, new thing to put in the music queue.
There is
Definitely.
something about her eyes that bothers me.
Is it that her, they're black instead of white? Also, I don't know if I regret picking this outfit or not.
Or the heavy-lidded gaze, maybe.
It's kind of everything. Like, the way she's looking, her eyes are unfocused. She's not looking at one thing. It's like she's not even seeing.
Did I make it?
Oh, cool, it's our popped collar, buddy.
I'll take the spear. All right, gang.
Hey guys, how cool would it be if like her black and blue eyes like had a blue flame coming out of it?
And it says get dunked on.
Will never hurt any of my people again.
Maybe I should just do that as a thumbnail, and I guarantee this video will have more views than any other.
You can know peace.
Not quite.
What? Kid!
Uh-oh.
Also, yeah, you're wearing the Queenslayer claw now. Because there's an animation here that matters.
Huh, didn't think you were into that.
That is the first time she has actually looked at something.
We did it. We killed the queen.
Now, what have we just done that we've been expressly told not to do?
We drained her.
You drank the Queen's blood.
Well done.
Code Vein is a retelling of the Anne Rice story, Queen of the Damned.
Your resolve was truly admirable.
Probably not.
Sleep well, friend.
Wow, Jack really was a jackass. And yet, for some reason, the eye thing, it makes me think of, oh my god, that Switch game made by, Platinum. Yes, Astral Chain. Thank you. Maybe I should LP that, too. And thus we died forever. Later, everyone.